Hey folks, Randy CNota here with you today, Gambler Lures Pro Staffer. Today I want to talk to you about versatility and how the Gambler line of products meets all my needs when it comes to that aspect of fishing. Now, I fish BASS Opens. You know, I'm an aspiring pro like a lot of other people, and I find that wherever I go in the country, whatever body of water I'm fishing on, I have to be versatile. I have to be able to fish shallow grass, shallow wood, deep grass, deep wood, ledges, rock points, you name it. You have to be able to pick fish out of all types of different situations. And this is where the Gambler line of products comes into play for me on most occasions. Today, for instance, I'm on Deer Point Lake near Panama City, Florida. It's February. It's a pre-spawn situation. We have fish both hanging in shallow grass and off the deeper part of the creek ledges, the creek bends and stuff on the drop-offs. And I have to be able to spend the day targeting both of those fish wherever they're holding. Now, I'll talk to you real quick about the setups I have on my boat today. For fishing the ledges and stuff with a little bit of a finesse style approach, I have this Gambler Giggy Head with a Sweebo worm tied on it. Now this is great for working the outside of the grass line and the deeper ledges parts with a little bit of a finesse presentation, because it can be a tough bite out here. So this is one of the things I'm using today. For the shallow grass, I have the Gambler Florida rig weight. It's a screw-in type of weight that goes into your worm or whatever bait you're throwing. Texas rigged it. It's very weedless, very effective for fishing thick vegetation, to sparser vegetation in the shallower water, even deep water, depending on the size of the weight you use. All right. Another thing I have for a less finesse presentation on the creek ledges and on the outside edges of the grass is this Gambler wrecking ball with a Mega Daddy craw. This is great for hopping it down the ledges and the deeper parts where the fish might be holding. And then I have a basic flipping setup with a Rains tungsten weight, a Gambler KO punch skirt, a Gambler KO hook, flipping hook, and a Gambler Why Not creature bait. So basically everything I have on this deck of my boat today is geared for fishing either deep or shallow, presenting finesse type presentations and more power like presentations. And I get all this out of my Gambler products. So I find that having this kind of versatility in one line of baits is key to my success. All right. So I'm going to be out here today running around shallow grass, deep grass, deeper ledges, shallow wood, deeper wood. I'm going to be able to fish it all with these 4 baits on the deck of my boat, these 4 setups. So I hope to have a lot of success today. We'll see. But folks, versatility is key. I can't stress that enough. Versatility is key, and you'll find it in all the Gambler line of products. Now I know it ain't much, but on a lake like this, it's really tough to catch a limit sometimes. If you can get 5 of these in the box, you're doing good. All right. The Giggy Head is what I go to when I'm trying to finesse approach. When I'm fishing the edges of grass, ledges, fishing it around wood. The fine wire hook, the little plunger for the bait keeper, and the rounded head is what makes this particular shaky head type bait really unique. One of the features I like about that plunger head, especially when I'm fishing in a tournament situation, with this plunger head I can just take this Sweebo worm, punch it on there, rig it, weedless, and I'm ready to go. Just that fast. Tournament situations, time is money, folks. So that's some of the reasons why I fish with this Gambler Giggy Head. I tell you what, when the bite's tough, you got to put 5 in the box. I suggest you have some of these Giggy Heads ready to go. Oh, did you see that fish? Oh my gosh. That was one of the biggest fish I've ever had buttoned up on this lake. It was on this Gambler Giggy Head. This Giggy Head worm is really special in that it's a much different presentation than just a regular Texas rig worm. When you're bouncing this on the bottom with a worm on it or a craw or whatever, it's always in that stand-up motion, and it gives them, especially for worms, it's just a much different, much more enticing action than a regular Texas rig. So you saw that fish I just lost? Wow, that was a good one. We'll get some more though. I don't know what to say, folks. Let me tell you what. The Gambler Giggy Head, Sweebo worm. This is quality fish on a lake like this. It's a tough bite right now, but the presentation that this Giggy Head provides, much better than a Texas rig worm, trust me. All types love that Giggy Head. Now, I got tons of grass mats and lily pads up on the shallow part of that. So, the way I'm geared up today, I can use this bait to go up there and punch those mats that are just right there. I can throw this Texas or Florida rig Gambler weight worm, Sweebo worm, up in that same grass. I can catch them that way. Or at least I can fish for them that way. They seem to be holding out today. And then I got this Gambler wrecking ball jig to drop down the deep part of the ledges. Hopefully maybe pick up some bigger fish. Gambler Sweebo worm on a Giggy Head strikes again. Let's talk a little more about versatility. Been out here on Deer Point Lake today. Been catching most of my fish Gambler Giggy Head and a Sweebo worm. Pick up a Y knot with a KO punch skirt, flipping hook, range weight, punch some grass mats, catch another fish. That's the kind of versatility I'm talking about with Gambler lures. Been out here on Deer Point Lake today, trying to give some examples about the versatility of Gambler lures. I think we did a pretty good job here. Came out here not really knowing what to expect with what the fish were doing, where they were holding. Turns out most of the fish were coming on this Giggy Head bait, on this Giggy Head jig head, little Sweebo worm on it. And like I mentioned earlier, this little Giggy Head is really something special when you're trying to catch fish with a finesse presentation. Even though I'm running this on 15-pound fluorocarbon, it's still very much a finesse presentation. Real light wire hook, the little plunger keeper to get that bait on and off real quick. It's a much better presentation for dragging worms on the bottom, in my opinion. Better presentation than a regular Texas rig worm, so that really worked well. And of course we had our punch rig set up and ready to go, and we managed to catch a couple fish like that, punching the mats. So they're kind of holding in various places on the lake today, shallow and off a little bit deeper. But you know, I just want to emphasize Gambler lures, versatility. That's what I find to be key in that line of baits. So it works for me really well. You need to check them out.